Manchester United long pursuit of Uruguayan and Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Manual Ugarte is about to come to a successful end, as the two clubs have now agreed on the deal in principle for the midfielder to come to Old Trafford. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone where you're watching me from. I bring you an interesting news, and it's all about the transfer of Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Manual Ugarte. Manchester United have agreed deal with PSG to sign Manual Ugarte for initial fee of 42.2 million, which could rise to 50.7 million with add-ons. Ugarte was a primary midfield target and always had his heart set on Old Trafford move. While Scott McTominay is close to finalizing his exit from Manchester United to Serie A side Napoli, Ugarte was the club's primary midfield target throughout the window and is expected in the UK on Tuesday morning to have a medical and sign off on personal terms. PSG went into negotiation wanting a £51.1 million, that is €50 million fee they paid Sporting Lisbon last summer before bonuses. The club have compromised, given the willingness of all parties to get a deal done. United are understood to be happy with the deal that they have struck. The Uruguayan will join United just a year after PSG paid Sporting Lisbon £51.1 million for the player. Sky Sport News reported Ugarte set his heart on the move to Old Trafford this summer, and personal terms were never a problem in negotiation. PSG and United had both been keen to agree on a permanent deal, although talks also took place regarding a loan move, which included an obligation to buy. United had to sell players before a deal could move forward, but the exit of Fernando Pellistri to Panathinaikos and Hannibal Mejbri to Burnley created sufficient space in Erik Ten squad for Ugarte this summer. Ugarte was not involved in PSG matchday squad for their League One opener against Le Havre, which ended in a 4-1 win for the reigning champions. The midfielder led the top flight of French football in tackles last season, 98, despite only starting 21 games across the 2023-2024 campaign. On the other hand, Scott McTominay is close to finalizing exit terms with Manchester United ahead of his move to Napoli. A deal has been agreed between the two clubs at £25.4 million, that is €30 million, and personal terms have been agreed in principle. Once exit terms have been signed off, McTominay is expected to fly to Italy for a medical. United are reluctant to lose the midfielder, but McTominay wants regular first-team football. Furthermore, his potential sale represents pure profit for United. Manual Ugarte's total of 98 tackles was the highest by anyone in League One last season, and he managed it despite starting only 21 games out of 34 for a team in Paris Saint-Germain. The number underlines his remarkable ball-winning prowess, and they were even higher in his final campaign at previous club Sporting CP, during which the Uruguayan international racked up 121 tackles in 31 games, the most by any player in Portugal Primera Liga. Fast forward a year and Ugarte is in demand again. Manchester United midfield was a problem area last season. Erik Ten side were too easy to play through. Ugarte, 9 years younger than the fading Casemiro at 23, could bring qualities they lack. Certainly, his defensive work has made an impression to this point in his career. He has 7 long, he never stopped, said Joan Ramon Carrasco, his former manager at Fenix in Uruguay. He has an extraordinary ability to steal the ball, said PSG boss Luis Enrique. He reminds me of N'Golo Kante, added PSG defender Lucas Hernandez. The comparison with Kante is a mouth-watering one for Manchester United fans and is lent credence by the fact Hernandez counts the former Chelsea midfielder as a teammate with France. Even achieving half as much as him in the Premier League will make Ugarte a worth investment for Manchester United. There are some parallels. As well as being a prodigious tackler, Ugarte reads the game smartly, anticipating danger with timely interception. Like Kante, he also has a formidable engine, which allows him make his presence felt offensively as well as defensively. He dominates more than half the pitch, added Carrasco. Indeed, although a defensive midfielder, Ugarte ranked second in League One for possession won in the final third last season, a statistic which highlights his aggressive and front-footed approach to defending. A trip to Arsenal in the Europa League with Sporting saw him sent off for a late foul on Bukayo Saka, but that was one of the only 2 red cards across 4 seasons in a row. He is mostly savvy enough to stay within limits. Besides, his performance that night at the Emirates Stadium stick in the memory for the other seasons. Before the sending off in the final few minutes of extra time, Ugarte was key in securing the 1-1 draw, which allowed Sporting to progress on penalties. He worked tirelessly off the ball and showed his quality on it, ranking top among all players for both tackles and dribbles. The dribbling ability is another alluring aspect of his game. Ugarte is capable of skinning past opponents, often deep in his own half, to progress the ball up the pitch. During Sporting run to the Europa League quarter-final that year, only 2 of his teammates winger Pote and Marcus Edward completed more take-on. Of course, the most pressing issue at United are defensive. Ten Hag's side considered 58 goals in the Premier League last season, the club highest ever total. Only Sheffield United, West Ham and Luton Town allow more shots on their goal. There is an urgent need for more security in the center of the pitch, where their opponent found space all too often, and Ugarte could provide it, albeit not necessarily as a lone defensive midfielder. Before I arrived at Sporting, I liked to play as a number 6, but now I have got used to playing with another player next to me, he said in an interview during his time in Lisbon. I am a better player than I was a year ago, he added. I have adapted to different positions. The 23-year-old primarily operated as part of a double pivot in Sporting midfield, mostly alongside Hidamasa Morita, and it was a similar story last season at Paris Saint-Germain, where he was mostly used alongside either Warren Zaïre-Emery or Vitinha. His presence could help Kobe Mainoo at United. The youngster was a major success story last season, capping a stunning breakthrough campaign with an outstanding display and a crucial goal in the FA Cup final over Manchester City. But for every one of those attacking forays, like the one which allowed him to slot in Bruno Fernandes' pass at Wembley, there was an instance of Mainoo struggling at the other hand, with Casemiro, his midfield partner, unable to adequately cover open spaces. Ugarte will bring greater physical intensity and he can handle the ball too. He is not as adventurous as Casemiro with his passing, but he is certainly more efficient. His accuracy rate of around 91% significantly higher than the Brazilian 83%. There is room for improvement when it comes to trending passes through the line. He only directed 15% of his passes forward last season in League One. According to Opta, his conservative passing choices were a reported source of frustration to Luis Enrique. At United, though, there is a need for better ball retention. After all, many of their defensive issues last season stemmed from a lack of control in midfield. Casemiro's ambitious passing became a contributing factor, given how often it resulted in turnover. It is another example of how the tough tackling Ugarte could help as Ten Hag looks to strike the right balance in the heart of this team. So guys, this is all about the news. What do you think Manual Ugarte could bring to the Manchester United team? Do you think it is the right decision taken by the Manchester hierarchy? Please, whatever opinion may be on this, I would like to see it on the comment section. Do well to like, comment, and do not forget to turn on the notification button to enable you to see when next I post. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.